What's going on, guys? Today we're back with another guide. Now we're in the advanced guide. We'll be talking about indicators, and the indicators just help us understand the price action a little bit better. You have to do less with the indicators. It's not like we're drawing or trying to interpret price actions as much. It's more of the indicator showing us something, and we're interpreting that along with the things that we've learned in the intermediate and beginner's guide. You couple those, and you can make some pretty good trades. So today we'll be talking about volume, right? So here, you go in, type in volume, boom, click that, pops up right there. So this is our volume chart, or our volume indicator right here. Yeah, I like to, you can go and edit it right here. I like to make mine a little bit lighter. Let's see, it's a darker red, maybe a lighter red and a lighter green. All right, so volume just indicates the amount of currency traded during that time period. So as you can see here, we're on the day chart. You can go to the 4 hours, the 1 hour, whatever the case is. So here in a day, this amount of currency, in this case we're on Bitcoin, this amount of Bitcoin was traded, whether bought, sold, whatever the case is, this amount was traded. The amount, the specific number doesn't matter too much. It's just in comparison to the days around it, you can tell whether it's a high or a low, amount of volume, or if it's a spike or whatever the case is. So the amount doesn't matter, honestly. So volume shows us a couple of things. It can show us the strength of a trend, or it can show us if a trend is about to ensue, or if an upward trend is coming, or a downward trend is coming, or a trend reversal is coming. So if you look here, you can see this high spike of volume. We're going to call that a relative high, right? So this relative high here, we're going to do that green since it's a green candle. As you can see, it's a green day, which shows price increase, right? And we got another couple of relative highs here. We're just going to put this right here. And we got another relative high here. So what does this tell us? This lets us know that there is a very bullish trend ensuing. So we see this happen here, and what happens next? We have a continued uptrend, right? But also let's look at something going on at the same time. So while this is in its uptrend, we see that now we have a relative high that's on a price decreasing day, on a low day, another relative high on a low day, another relative high on a low day, and then what ends up happening? We end up seeing a downtrend. So you can see from that, it just indicates whether or not a trend is either ensuing or the strength of a trend. I wouldn't solely rely on the volume indicator to make my trades. I would use it alongside other indicators and other methods that we learned before. But this is just a quick snapshot of how it can show you what's going on with the chart. I wouldn't use just one indicator though. You need multiple indicators to let you know that a trade is a good trade or a bad trade or whatever. So you can see it here again. Big green volume on a green candlestick day. Slight little uptrend. Let's go back and see some other examples. Okay, so here we can see that we got a big chunk of green or high volume days on upward price days, on green days, and that just shows that the trend is extremely strong in that area. So even with this pullback, you can see that it continued to go up. The trend was on its upward trend here. Now, another thing is, whenever we see a low volume day or a low volume period, so from about here to here, you can see the volume is really low. That shows that the trend is weak. The trend is very weak, actually. So it can be changed or it can be manipulated very easily. And as you can see here, it's not that it still is on a downtrend, but you can see that the price is starting to level out, even out. And now some price action may happen where it spikes here or it goes back downwards if the bears get back in control. But now the price can be more manipulated rather than here. You saw it had a little drawback, but it came back with a big, a big upward trend after that. So it stayed on that trend that it was on. So when the volume is high, especially grouped like this, it just shows that it's harder to change the price. Whether it's green in this case, or it could have been a downward trend and been red, but it's going to be harder to change that trend. And of course, we're going to have the drawbacks and the pullbacks, but that just continued to go up, as you can see. So the trend was a little tougher to change just because of the high volume here. Here, low volume shows that the trend is a little easier to change. So now the trend can go in the opposite direction. For example, here it can bounce this way, and we see that just because of these low volume days. It's showing indecision in the market. So a couple things to keep in mind. Go ahead and look for the relative maximums, whether it's a green or a red candlestick. That'll indicate whether the trend is going to be strong in one direction or the other direction. I would use that alongside other markers or other indicators or other methods to ensure this. I wouldn't just go straight trading off of that, but that does indicate what trend is coming up. Also, grouped high volume or grouped low volume will let you know whether the trend is strong or weak or going to be easily manipulated. So you keep those two things in mind and you add that onto your trading strategy. I guarantee you'll be making better trades. Y'all stay tuned. We have more videos coming out. This is just the first video of this advanced guide. So like, subscribe, comment, and thanks for watching.